I can tell you something illegal that I did.
Oh.
And I don't care. I don't care if we record this.
Okay, cool.
And starting broadcast. Going live.
3, 2. I'm going to touch my leg so people don't hear me say 1.
Starting. We are on the air. Hooray!
Hey.
I'm sure I missed some exciting pre-show conversation.
You're going to hear it.
I did bring my fancy mug, however.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right. There's a cat who is literally leaping and bounding around the room. So you may, if you're watching the video, you may see this. You may not. The video is on our Google Plus page, on our YouTube channel. But really, it's easy just to go to assembler.fm and you'll see everything. If you are on assembler.fm/live and you're trying to use the chat robot is not working. If you thought this thing started at 11, it does. So we're a couple minutes early.
We are early, and I just noticed something, Jeffrey, that I didn't notice before.
What's that?
My computer only has 20% battery left, and I don't know where
I'm glad we're early. I will go get you a charger. So carry on.
We will.
I mess all the things up.
Oh, no, you don't. That, like me, I guess this is recording, but nobody may be listening. But anyway,
Right.
when I started my my GarageBand template for the recording that we send into Jeff that he compiles the clean audio from,
Right.
I realized I hadn't opened it since I did my massive updates to my computer that Jeff talked me through end of the summer. And so when I opened the file, it shut down the Google Hangout and then told me it was like currently installing or parsing through like 26 newly installed plugin units. So.
Wait, hold up. Now my GarageBand just stopped itself.
Uh-oh.
It said the disk was too slow. So, you know.
Oh, it is 11 o'clock. Ah. Oh, I hear the kitty. What were we talking about?
We were talking, because you were talking about the template of GarageBand.
Oh, yeah.
Because my GarageBand was also not working.
You're welcome.
That's why we keep the window open. And you keep it on the bottom, and you know everything's straight in the world.
Yep. Well,
not to be heteronormative. I mean, everything is...
good use of the word heteronormative, Jeff.
Thank you. That's probably the only time.
Somebody's been reading.
I got tweeted at by a robot, by the way, recently, because I made a joke, and the joke involved the combination of the word both and gender. And I got this tweet from this robot that said, "There are more than 2 genders. Hashtag something." I don't know what. And it was like, I forgot the name of the robot, but it was like, we find things that talk about there being only 2 genders, and then we automatically tweet you about it because we don't care enough to actually
engage in a discussion.
Really engage with you about it. Yeah, so I was like, because I'm like, I agree there are more than 2 genders. Yep. I completely agree. You're kind of chastising the wrong guy, but I'm also like, if you really cared... maybe you send the robot tweet, and then you're like, okay, by the way, blah, 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 blah.
Or follow it up with, hey, if you'd like to talk more about this, or hey, check out this video, or blah, 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 whatever. Again.
Yes. Something involving a human.
Humans.
Yeah.
Hey.
Anyway.
Well,
welcome back. We are 2 minutes into the show now, officially.
And we think everything is fixed. We think.
That's right. Discs are too slow.
GarageBands are updated now.
We don't know if we have Google Drive or not.
Right.
We have mugs.
Look, my computer is reflecting
cats.
how I feel, so I can't.
Life is good. Welcome to Up for a Challenge, officially.
Yeah.
If you've never watched the show before or never listened to the show before, this is the show where each week we challenge ourselves to do something a little outside our comfort zone or a little different. It's kind of a different social experiment every week. Since this is the return from our little break that we took after episode 6, and now we're starting episode 7, we should do introductions, I think. Yeah. I'm Jeff.
Yes.
I do things that are Jeff-like. Like act and stuff. What about you, lady? Who are you?
Who am I? I'm Sarah Lynn Herman. I'm also an actor. I'm rocking my beanie that I crocheted. Quite proud of it. Got cat ears. Make masks. Part of Rogue Masks right there. Product placement. And I do crafty things.
And did you know that there are more than 2 genders?
I did. Yes, I did.
Yeah. And my name is Adam. I know that there are more than 2 genders. I've written plays about them or participated in plays writing about them. I just want to throw that out there. And I am also, what if secretly I was the asshole robot that was like messing with you?
Did you know?
How long did you keep that a secret, really?
I wouldn't. So my name's Adam, and right now I am a curriculum coordinator at the Children's Theater of Charlotte here in Charlotte, North Carolina, which means I'm in charge of a lot of teachers and a lot of programming.
It also means that all opinions on your own are your own and do not express the values of blah, 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 blah.
Yep. Thank you for that robotic disclaimer.
You're welcome. I will auto-tweet it to you later. If you're trying to use the Q&A feature, I have just turned it on. So, hooray!
Cool.
That's right, because we added that last time.
Yeah. The robot chat, for some reason, the IRC chat on assembler.fm/chat, who cares, isn't really working today, so I don't know why. Who cares? But I did turn on the Q&A in the Google Hangout, so if you are able to watch it, it is here. Let me make sure no one's texting me
Give
about
us
it.
a googly hangout.
Yeah.
Googly.
When last we left our heroes on episode 6, we dropped a couple of personal challenges to happen between then and now. And I actually forgot when then was. It was a while ago. Here we go. We've got Scott. Scott Smith is in the chat room.
Hooray.
Hello, Scott.
Hey.
Hello, Scott.
Our hype man.
Our hype man.
Yep.
Maybe Scott remembers when the last episode was, because I sure don't. But anyway, when last we left our heroes, we made a couple of challenges to ourselves. Adam had a challenge that was, I believe, from rejectiontherapy.com. It was, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
And why don't you tell us about the real quick, the cards, the book of cards from Rejection Therapy, and what happened with that and what your personal challenge was?
Sure. So my personal challenge came from, there's a guy named, and I maybe mispronouncing his name, Jai Jing, who a couple of years ago created this thing called Rejection Therapy. And it was a personal challenge to himself because he felt he was kind of maybe timid and didn't speak up and he wasn't assertive. So it was essentially, he challenged himself to 100 days of kind of random sort of challenges. A lot of them were kind of stunt-based sort of things, like going into a fast food restaurant and demanding that they make your sandwich in like a weird sort of franchisee sort of way or something like that. It became popular, and he's now since, I think, written a book as well as come out with cards you can order. I didn't order his cards because since he's created it, there's been a lot of spin-offs of people kind of doing their own sort of flavor of it.
You could also print his cards from his website, right?
Yes.
From his website?
Yes. Okay. And so I actually went to a different site where it was, they printed up cards, but they also did it, their slightly different spin on it was they put a point value to the various acts. So like if it was an act of kindness to another person, it had a higher point value than, say, something that was like a financial challenge or transaction. Like if you just gave $2 to some random guy on the street, that requires a lot less sort of stepping out of your bubble than, sitting down and talking to somebody. Yeah. I printed off the cards, and I was plugging along for, I'd say, about 2 weeks, and part of it, and I didn't get through the 100 days, and part of it I feel was because at the time I was transitioning here to Charlotte, and
we helped with some of that transition.
You did, yeah.
The moving truck.
Jeff and Aaron showed up.
To not be bums.
And so I think part of it was moving into a new place. I don't know anybody here. I don't know the lay of the city. It's a brand new job. I started to get overwhelmed by the aspects of my life.
Maybe not a good time to start making demands. Right?
Sure, yeah, and
sure.
yeah, and so it felt like the easier ones, like where you walk into like a Subway and ask them to stack your meats a certain way, seemed kind of silly and like, oh yeah, if you ask that and somebody says no, who cares? But then there might be one that's maybe a little bit more personable or something you're supposed to do, and I started to have panic attacks about it a little bit, and so my focus kind of shifted to just being here in
surviving?
Charlotte, surviving instead of making myself better. So I was in maintenance mode. However, now I'm like, 6 months in, and I'm starting to, I'm more confident in the lay of the city. I'm more confident in executing the aspects of my job. You know what I mean? So yeah. I think I'm starting to emerge from that place where less energies are going to be spent towards maintenance and maybe to dive back into these cards, because I've got them. I've got these cards, so I might as well use them. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Speaking of confidence, I have well, never mind. He just hopped out. I had a cat in a trash can I was going to show you. He was very confident about being in the trash can.
It sounds like one of those motivational posters.
Hang in there, trash cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scott, our tipster in the chat room, let us know that according to Google Plus, our last post was in mid-June. Oh. So it has been a while. It's now December. It's December 6th, 2015. For those of you watching this in the annals of history. Anyway, Sarah Lynn, let's talk about, unless Adam, you've got anything else to add about rejection therapy or
no.
how it went or going. No. Now's your time to confidently declare that you do. Sarah, your challenge when you left was to have a more confident self-image, particularly physically about your body. I'd like to know maybe how that's going.
Yeah, so I feel like I really established a good workout routine and everything, and I lost quite a bit of weight and just eating healthy. And then my gram passed and I fell off the train a little bit. Right. But yeah, it's good. I feel a lot better. I mean, not today, but I feel a lot healthier. Like I do eat more vegetables, and I haven't had like pastas in a long time, and I limit my dough consumption, and I just feel better internally, like that I eat more vegetables and stuff. And now, especially since the holidays, I fell off the wagon with my workout routine, but I'm gonna get back on it and do it.
I know that you said dough, but for a second it sounded like you said dope. I limit my dope consumption.
Dope intake.
Isn't there a movie coming out called Dope? There's like about these kids.
Yeah,
I think it came out.
It's on streaming only. It's on Amazon streaming only. Blah 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 blah. Hey, you did get a Fitbit though, didn't you? We both got.
Oh yeah. Oh, mine's not on. It died before the show. I was charging it. Yeah, I have a Fitbit, and it's been really helpful. I know that I like to keep a food diary that I can sync with my Fitbit, and I got the best results when I was, even if I didn't hardcore workout, just being aware of what I was putting into my body and like how many calories I was burning based off Fitbit, and so like that really helped. And then I got a little bit lazy on my food diary, but
you had also
stopped counting it during Thanksgiving and the calorie. You know what I mean? Like the holidays, I was like,
I think everybody does that. I mean, that was kind of like with me. I was telling you before, I was talking to Sarah before the podcast or whatever this is, and saying that I'd stopped drinking coffee for about 2 weeks for the week before Thanksgiving. Like I'd switched over to just drinking tea. And then when the week I was with my family, I didn't like just start drinking coffee like, hand over fist. But I did kind of feel like, well, if I'm eating this Pop-Tart for breakfast that I don't normally eat a Pop-Tart, I might as well drink coffee with it as well.
Right.
But again, in those 2 weeks since, I've had like maybe 5 cups of coffee. So this is like, the 5th one or maybe 6th one. So, I'm still mostly a tea drinker. I'm still mostly successful.
I've had 5 cups of coffee before this sentence.
I know. I've seen your little readout.
I will say, though, I have noticed about, for me, physically, is that I've noticed how much sugar affects my body. Sure. If I have, Coca-Cola or something, I will notice, how much water my body retains. And it's I gained, 5 pounds over Thanksgiving, but, 3 of those pounds was just me retaining water from all the soda. No, I was drinking, and then I was 2 days after just drinking water and just living life, I was like, oh, well, that's great. I lost my holiday weight.
Oh, well. Sari, before we move away, you were also using a couple of apps like Pacifica and some sort of mental wellness apps as sort of a bookend to your challenge with the wrist snappy thing.
Yeah.
What happened with those? Anything?
I was disappointed with the Pacifica app because there was one feature that I thought was really good, and it was when you felt really stressed out or whatever, you could record yourself venting about a situation, and then it would prompt you to go back and to listen, and you would have to check each time you heard fear or something or something was negative, and then listen to it again and be like, if you were the person listening to you, what's the advice that you would give the person who was saying these stuff? If what, the recording wasn't you, what's the advice you would give? And then it's oh, well, I guess I am being ridiculous. Blowing things out of proportion. You would check every time there was a negative, and it's well, is the negative thing truth, based in fear, something blown out of proportion or whatever? And that was helpful, but because I didn't have a paying subscription, I wasn't able to access all of the tools every day. They would rotate out and stuff, and there were some challenges that is you could set challenges for yourself, if you had social anxiety to go do social stuff, and it's that's not really my problem. My problem was,
you couldn't tailor it because you didn't have the full thing. Yeah.
Right. And so the other ones I looked at just didn't speak to me as much. Mm-hmm. And so I just found I found it was more helpful for me to just not have it. I implemented the tools within my own life, you know what I mean? But the app just sort of became, I don't know, it just didn't work for me. Well, that was me.
It almost sounds like if you want to get well, you've got to pay.
A little, no, but I will say that the person who created Pacifica really set it up so that you could find other people who have the app, and you could be social within it, and the guy even gave you an email, if you were ever having a hard time and felt there was no one there, that he would always be available, or someone from his staff, and I thought that was really great, Yeah. But I just didn't feel like being social with it. That's just, because me in technology, I don't put myself out there on much, even on Facebook, or Twitter or whatever. So it's...
You just live broadcast weekly.
Yes, exactly.
But it's compact. We can do it all in an hour and just say we're done. We've made our
right?
We've made our
I have shared
footprint.
Everything.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Everything.
All the things. I'm the Feelbot Bear.
Closing this up, my challenge was that I was going to start working on a sequel to The Cricket, which is a comic that I did a long time ago in 2009. And I did. It wasn't the way I expected, but I did start working on it. It wasn't the story I expected it to be. I actually started creating the story before. But the particular challenge was I realized the roadblock was that I was trying to get a whole book done and get this whole book ready and shipped and out the door all at once. And what ended up being a better idea was I've turned it into a thing where I draw a page a day and I publish that page up on a blog. And in about a month, I'll have 32 pages, which is a complete issue. This story might go longer. I don't know. And then roughly either every 32 or 48 or whatever, I'll start a new story until I catch up with the original story. And then I'm going to collect all that and put it in a book, and I will have done a thing. So I feel like I'm on track with that. And that's over at cricketcomics.com and blah, 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 blah. I've learned a lot about iPad crashes while drawing.
Yeah.
I'm drawing the comic on an iPad 1, which is fine, except that it's such an old device that sometimes the apps kept updating beyond the capability of the hardware.
Yeah.
So its little brain can only hold so much. So there will be days where I will try to launch the app and it won't launch no matter what I do. And I'm a tech guy.
It's like your own little.
I know all the tricks.
It's like your own
Right.
little B4 at the end of Star Trek Nemesis.
But there's also like even further is if Jeff doesn't save his pictures, like his drawings as pictures, he will lose all of the work that he's had. So like they can be saved as pictures, but he still inevitably has to end up redrawing all the things once it crashes. And so
I've lost all of the originals for this story, which is fine. But I've got, like Sarah says, I've got PNG or JPEG or whatever archives of it. So I have to export it. Here's the thing: I have to export it from the drawing program. And I've tried using multiple drawing programs, but most of them don't work on the iPad 1. So the one that I do use that has the tools I need, I'll try exporting the I think that was the cat. I'll try exporting the drawing out to the photos so that I've saved it. But that sends so much information out to the memory of the iPad that also induces a crash. So sometimes that doesn't work. And when it does work, 50-50 shot that me making a backup causes the thing to crash.
Wow.
So
it's like a weird, catch-22. It's trapped in some phantom zone that you can't get out of. Wow.
Yeah. Well, it's been an interesting lesson in like attachment and like living in the present and like, what do I want? I want the comic to get out the door. So I'm getting more and more comfortable with just forget it. I'll delete the app. I'll lose the stuff. It's fine. I've got photos or whatever. And I will just move forward because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to, what I'm worried about is the day that I try to reinstall it. And it won't let me.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Anyway, so we normally do sort of a rotating who's got the ball style challenge thing this time. And I had a call with Adam last night, and we all kind of talked about it.
Sorry, I'm just imagining where I was last night because
I'm not disclosing any details. That's up to you.
I'll just go ahead and say it. I had a terrible migraine last night, and the only reason I was awake at 8 o'clock was I was expecting Jeff to contact me. And so I was just laying there in the dark, like pitch black. I think I had like something running on Hulu just so I could hear something to keep me awake. And so when Jeff contacted me, I was flat on my back in my bed. And so he got to see me, I don't know, as no one sees me anymore. Clothed, yeah. Yeah. So Jeff and I talked a little bit last night.
Yes, right. And Sarah and I had talked beforehand, so the agreement was that I would pose a challenge. And when we talked about it with Adam, it would be that I would pose a challenge to Adam. And I am going to pose a challenge to Adam, but I'm also going to send a challenge out to the group. So this is sort of a two-level challenge. There's a part of it that's for me and Sarah, and there's a part of it that is specifically for Adam. And Adam, you have the more interesting side of it, I think.
Oh, good.
So a little history. Sarah and I are thinking about cutting cable. And that's been something that we've been talking about for a while. And in fact, way back in 2008, I had a fancy write-up in the New York Times where I got like one line of quote. Sorry, the cat is playing with the printer. Where I got a quick little quote about how I was using a program called Boxy, to cut cable. And the truth is that was kind of a lie. So I am a liar in the paper of record. Because I was on tour a lot at that time, and I was on the road. I'll put a link to the article in show notes so you can see that I'm a liar. And I was on the road, and so I didn't have much of a home base, and I don't even think I could afford cable at the time. So all I had was an internet connection that I don't believe I had to pay for. So sure, it was easy for me to grab this app that was called Boxy, which has since been bought by Samsung all these years later, and stream TV on it. Right, because I didn't have cable, I didn't have any other option. Fast forward to today, Sarah and I, we have a house and we have resources, and so we can afford, cable most of the time. but we're thinking we may not want it in our life anymore. And Adam, I know that you share our Hulu and our Netflix
Hulu
account. Come get me, Hulu. Oh, you don't have Netflix?
I don't. No.
Okay, well, this will make this next part easier.
Okay.
Good. So the challenge. I'll start with the challenge for Sarah and I. It's pretty easy. Since we are going to go cut cable pretty soon, I want us to try living without any of the features of our cable for a week. So we'll have internet. So we can only do what we can stream. That includes, your Walking Deads. That includes other shows that you might want to watch on demand. Oh, I don't know. Okay. Well, dang, I was hoping that'd be a little harder. Anyway, so like I said, we've got the easy side of it.
Because if you're starting, then I won't get to see the season finale of Doctor Who, which happened yesterday. So
right. So the rules for us are anything that we can stream or buy, like on iTunes and stuff like that, we have to act just like we would if we had already cut cable. I have a cat messing with lights. I don't know if you can see him. Where is he?
I think he went away.
Oh, there he is.
I'm not doing nothing.
Anyway, yeah.
He's always doing something. Always.
So
he's never
well
not
behaved.
doing anything.
So the challenge for us is easy. The challenge for us is just, can we stream it? Okay? If we can't stream it, we can't watch it. Okay? Whether that's for free or for pay.
Well, so we can't use like the stick, and we can't use.
No, we can use the stick. So we recently got an Amazon Fire TV stick.
Fire TV stick.
Do it, Sarah.
Because Gary, Fire TV stick.
Oh yeah.
Adam, you take a turn. Do your best, Gary Busey. Adam.
I'm Gary Busey.
Okay, that's good. That wins.
Okay.
Okay, but Adam, I think your challenge is more interesting. Adam, I want you to you can't use Hulu anymore. And in fact, you can't use any other streaming service. Are you watching any TV these days?
Just
right?
on Hulu.
Some Muppets and stuff like that?
Yeah, just on Hulu.
So no Hulu for you anymore.
Okay.
I want you to spend this week watching only Pluto TV.
Okay.
What is Pluto TV? Do you know?
What is Pluto TV?
Oh, that wasn't a prompt. It was just I wasn't sure if the confusion was because you're not sure, you haven't heard of it yet? Or?
Haven't heard of it. Don't know.
Okay, good. This is exciting. Okay, so Pluto TV is, let me see, I've got a little thing pulled up here about how it works. It's basically an internet streaming service. According to their own website, which is conveniently enough, Pluto.tv, they say most of the content comes from YouTube and combinations of other sites, including Vimeo and Dailymotion. And they have some direct content deals with other things like Bloomberg and Funny or Die, blah, blah, blah. And they even do have a weird secret deal with Hulu. So there is some Hulu stuff on there, but it works differently than the rest of Pluto TV works.
Okay.
So when you launch Pluto TV, and you can do that from a computer, Windows or Mac, you've got to be, I don't know what the Windows requirements are, but on Mac it's got to be 10.7 Lion or above.
Got that.
So yeah, right. So you can run it. I have a cat opening the curtains now. So you can run it on your computer, Adam. You can also run it on your phone, or most tablets these days can run it as well. It's kind of designed to be everywhere. But what makes Pluto TV different than other streaming kinds of services is that it sort of emulates live or cable TV. There's a guide, and all of the stuff that they're streaming, rather than jumping in at the middle of the stream, you just jump in wherever they're at in the show as if you were turning on TV.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah. So this is not a technical challenge. So if you need any help setting up any of the applications or anything like that, I'm glad to do it. This is a challenge in satisfaction with the content. Is there enough stuff on there that's interesting? Is there weird stuff hiding out there that you wouldn't see anywhere else? And I think there is. I have a favorite channel on Pluto TV. but I'm not going to tell you what it is, and I want to see if you can guess
I was about to
what
say it, but I will wait.
Sarah knows what it is, but don't say. I want you to find out if you can guess what my favorite channel is on Pluto TV.
Pluto TV. Okay.
Before during the show next week, I'll let you know if you found it.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll send you the links to get started on all of that. I will give everyone the rest of the day to get your various TV fixes in, and then at midnight tonight.
Oh, good. So I can still watch
cutting
Doctor
the cord.
Who? Bangarang.
But at midnight tonight, we're effectively cutting the cord. And Adam, you'll need to be set up on Pluto TV, and I'll help you out.
And so the only content I can consume then is through Pluto TV, right?
Through Pluto TV.
Gotcha.
It is the alpha and omega of your content consumption experience.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that'll be kind of interesting. And I'd be interested to hear, what your thoughts are on the service as a whole and other things like that. So, Adam, are you up for the challenge?
I'm up for the challenge.
Okay. There we go. So before we wrap up, unless anyone has any other stuff they want to say, I'm not trying to end the show early at all. I'm just, seeing a natural transition.
No, I don't.
I have an idea.
Nope.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. So we know that the main challenge is to Adam next show. All right. And it's sort of a group challenge as well. But Adam and Sarah, I think, or maybe I guess it's got to be Sarah and I. Adam's going to issue a challenge
to
one
grammatically?
of us. Say what?
I said, you mean grammatically?
Maybe.
Me and Sarah and I.
Sarah and I, but me and Sarah and me. I don't know. Scott's going to chime in and be like, this is the correct way to say it. And I'll go, I don't know about anything. Sarah, I think that you and I should rock, paper, scissors for who Adam is going to challenge next week. It's either you or me.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Are we doing it now? So I do 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Well, I'll let Adam say, what are the rules of rock, paper, scissors, Adam?
The rules are we're going to say 1, 2, 3, shoot, but really we're going to say 3, 2, 1, shoot.
Okay. All right. Is it a 2 out of 3, or is it a 1 out of 1, or what is it?
I guess it's best 2 out of 3.
I will say you should probably come into my studio because you're on a delay, and so I could easily see what you've done and cheat. So
All
to
right,
make
I'm
it
coming
fair,
over.
I think
Coming over.
we should be
That
able
was very big of you. Well done. Oh, gosh.
That's for your left.
All right,
ear.
I'm here.
All right.
All right. Enter the Thunderdome. Ready?
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, shoot. Oh, you
Point, Sarah.
All right.
1, 2, 3,
shoot.
Point, Sarah.
That's it. That's right. It's 2, right?
Yep, 2 out of 3.
Yeah, I'm dead.
So it's
I'm
you.
dead.
So,
So it's me.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Adam,
Yes.
you'll have a challenge for me next week. I'm going back
Okay.
to my station.
okay. Station.
Never do scissors and rock, paper, scissors. Scissors is always the weak choice.
Everybody thinks it's the strong one. They're wrong.
And it's not.
Can I say behind you, Sarah, the vanity? It looks like a toilet seat that is up, and there's and it's like an entrance to a magical world.
The toilet to another world. Scott says, Lion Witch in the Wardrobe parody coming. the Lion.
You
the
can't
Witch,
go
and
back to Narnia the same way
and the
twice.
poop drone. It'll all come out fine in the end.
Oh gosh,
But
I hurt myself on that one.
Now that we've degenerated into poop jokes, I think that we should move to sign-offs.
All right.
Sarah, would you like to start?
I'm Sarah, and I'm going to go catch my episode of Doctor Who before I do the challenge.
I'm Jeff. I am going to not catch a cold because I am not up for that particular challenge while the seasons transition.
Oh, and I am Adam, and once a king or queen of Narnia, always a king or queen of Narnia.
Say goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
And stopping broadcast.